Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I made a video about 2 weeks ago where I talk about a penny stock that I thought it was, was overlooked. It was under the radar. It was a stock that a lot of investors don't pay attention to or don't know about. And so I made a video on that, and you can check on my channel. You'll be able to access that video. So today I want to give you an update in this video what the company is currently doing. A few things that happened since that video, and I'm pretty excited to bring some news to you. Currently the company is it's moving in the right direction, and of course none of this financial advice, just my opinion. And also I'm currently at 94 subscribers, and I thank those 94 people who subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. It goes along with supporting the channel. I understand YouTube is a tough business, and I'm pretty excited about this challenge, but I also realize that in order to get something, you have to put in the work. So I'm currently doing so. So thank you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. So without wasting your time, let's do this. So Asensus Surgical was the stock that I made a video on. And today, I just want to point out that, they just filed for a new 510K. It's basically what they're trying to do is for this filing, they're trying to expand on the camera that they're trying to expand their technology that they have on this camera that basically is the essential part of what they do. And also, I'm going to point out to you, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about and what the technology is. And so I'm just gonna so as you can see in here, basically I'm just gonna as we browse through this, you can see that they filed a submission for FDA for expansion of capability on previously cleared intelligent surgical unit. Basically it's that camera that basically set them apart from every other company out there. So I'm gonna move around, just follow along please, if you will. So this is pretty unique, and these are some of the equipment that they use. And this is the CEO, Anthony Fernando. So basically what gets me excited is here, as you can look here, these are the equipment, but you can see that the surgeon is sitting 10 to 15 feet away from the patient, the actual patient. So the surgeon is not actually even next to the patient. He or she's sitting 10 to 15 feet away while he's doing the surgery. And what happens is, as he uses equipment, these apparatus or robots out here basically would mimic every move that he makes, and would be guided, precision guided through the surgical procedure. And basically this eliminate any mistakes or any human error or malfunction. If anybody familiar with the OR, you know that the place is congested. Now I know this because I'm a nurse by profession, and during my school days I used to go in the OR where I used to basically observe operations, and it's pretty congested in there, and it's a lot of equipment. And because of that, sometimes you can be liable for medical malpractice, for mistakes. And so with this technology, is eliminate all of that, and also cost as well. This is a major point of the company: reduce mistakes and eliminate costs. And also less time spent in the hospital. Basically, we see this. I showed you that earlier. The approval, this company has already been approved in the U.S. Of course, they just filed another patent recently that I first showed you. This company is in Europe as well as in Japan, Taiwan, and Russia. But what I'm really excited about, like I said, is reduced cost. And anything, if you live in the U.S., medical healthcare cost is the biggest cost in America. And so if a company can find a technological way to reduce that, they will be benefited in the future. Now, a lot of investors don't see that, but as I walk you through it, you'll be able to process the information and see the potential of this company. So if you look here, the CEO, Anthony Fernando, mentioned that An average cost for a robotic surgery usually around 1,800. That's a lot of money. 1,800 for a surgery. And usually maybe some of these surgeries are like, they're probably minimally non-invasive, meaning like they're not a major surgery, but you still have to pay 1,800. That's a lot. But with Asensus Surgical, that cost is reduced to it's basically cost from $300 to $500. That's a substantial decrease in the amount that you have to pay. And that's almost like, for example, all right, let's say let's go at the higher end, which is $500. Let's say Asensus Surgical is charging you $500. That's a $1,300 discount compared to what's going on right now. And that's something that you can't beat. And the reason the cost is so substantial, the reduction of cost is so substantial, is because the technology is reusable. They have it here. The CEO just mentioned that our reusable tech instruments contribute to the cost advantage, he added. And so the reason they can substantially reduce this cost is because the equipment can be reused, is reusable. Now, typically in the ORs, most of the equipments are not reusable. You know, one time and it goes in the trash or wherever they put it at. You know, but with this surgical, Asensus Surgical, these equipments are reusable, so therefore substantially it cut costs. And this is one of the biggest factors that I like that this company is doing differently from everyone else. And just having that first knowledge of being an OR and seeing how things works, I know that this is a pretty good thing to just reduce cost in this sense. Also, I don't want to read the full article, but I just want to point out a few things. It's another thing I want to point out here that the CEO has mentioned. So the Sainham system, which is by Asensus Surgical, they install about 28 of their equipments globally. And you know, the CEO is saying that by the end of this year, which is 2021, they'll have at least 38 to 40. Now, in any advanced technology, it takes time to see adoption, meaning that people who don't understand the technology, it takes time to train them. It takes time to teach them the knowledge base that's required to operate these machines. And so if you're in the stock, you might not see progress. You might not see all of this being priced in the stock. And for me, this is an advantage because now you're in early, so nobody else sees any of these things is going on. So if you stay patient, the goal is to stay patient. If you stay patient in the stock, you can possibly be rewarded. Of course, nothing guaranteed, but you can be rewarded for your patience. And of course, now the camera system is the first in the world to have that camera system that's sense. Just so I give you the right information, let me just find exactly where it says that at, so I give you accurate information. And I just say, all right, right here, Sainham also is the first robotic system with eye sensing camera control, augmented intelligence, and machine visions, real-time surgical image analytics, and 3mm robotic instruments suitable for pediatric surgery. 3mm, I mean, my God, that is very small, very tiny. And this is what you want. Now they can do it with kids. It's safer compared to what he is saying, compared to the other company that has 8mm robotic instruments. So this is very small, very tiny. So this company is doing something really cool. That if you can get an instrument this small and perform, you know, surgery to that level, it's mind-boggling in my opinion. And so this is what the company is doing. And as I'll show you here. So back here to this image. If you look at this image, just like this guy is playing a video game. I mean, it's like he's playing video game, which is pretty cool. And so all these three robots that you see here, and one of them is the camera, and the other two are the one that just performing the surgery. And so the surgeon can know exactly what's going. And like I said earlier, it's an eye sensing camera. So the surgeon's field of vision is what he sees. As he moves his eyes, he can sense exactly what he wants to do. And this is you can't find this anywhere else. And that's why I'm excited about this company. Of course, I have a few other things that I want to show you. Of course, the third quarter, Q2 is coming up in like maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, August 5th. Now, if you haven't been in the stock, if you're not a shareholder, I will, of course, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would say to you, just maybe wait till the Q2 earnings, see, what it's about, what the report, what's the company outlook is before you take a look at the stock, or maybe before you take a position, if you decide to do so. And so, yeah, that's what I would possibly recommend after August 5th. And that's when the Q2 earning will come out, and I believe it's after market. I'm not sure; it's not saying it here, but usually it's after market. Most U.S. companies after hours, after market close. And so yeah, and so the next thing I want to do, of course, we'll come here, tip ranks, and of course we mentioned the announcement they made for the submission of FDA approval. That's a good thing for this stock. But what I saw earlier today, or when I was doing a little research on this video, is insider activity. Now, if you invest in a company, you always want to know who else owns that stock, or who if management, you want to invest in a company where the management is also own shares, because it doesn't make sense to invest in a company where the CEO or the director or the CFO doesn't own any share. That's it doesn't make sense. It's like you go to your friend's house and they make you a dinner, but they don't want to eat themselves. They refuse to eat the food that you won't feel comfortable eating that food. So it's the same scenario here. It's same scenario here. If you the CEO, director of the company, somehow you have to believe in what you're doing, and part of that is ownership of that company. And so, if you look here, Anthony Fernando, the CEO, he bought shares about 16 days ago. The director, you can see 21 days ago. So it's a lot of buying going on. Of course, if I click on here and we look at specifically, my browser is a little slow, so I don't know what's going on with it, but it's a little slow. Anyway, but if we click here, you can see that this guy been buying. He's been buying July 7th, February of last year. So he hasn't bought anything this year, but he been buying. But if we go back actually, you can see that he actually bought 16 days ago. And you can see this director also bought some too. If we click on him, it says, look at his position. He owned 1.1 million shares. And so this guy is loading up. He's loading the boat. He's loading the boat, excuse me. So these are things that I pick up on, and I just want to give you a brief update. If we go to the charts, you can see that the stock has pulled back. It's currently, last time I made that video, the stock was around these levels. It's around these levels. Yeah, but now it's a pullback, tremendously. As 256. At 256, it's a bargain for me. I just been adding to my position, and so I just want to make a quick update just to say, keep an eye on this stock. This company is doing a lot of cool things. Now, if we come on the website, if you watched the first video, you saw that, But these are the equipment that they have, and this is pretty cool. Like this is where the surgeon would sit, and the patient would be somewhere in here where the surgeon is just hands off, and it's like he playing a video game. And this decreased, not increased, decreased the possibility of you know of accidents, and improve safety and decrease costs as well. And so if you have a time, check out the website. Just go to Google and put in Asensus Surgical. It'll bring you to the website, and you can get more clear understanding. Always, no matter what it is, do your own homework. No matter what somebody tells you or what type of information they give you, it always makes sense to look into it yourself before you make a sound decision or before you make any decision. And so this information here, I'm just sharing it with you. And this company, I mean, oh my goodness, this company is doing wonderful things. If you look here, multi-sites in 15 countries across the globe. So they're expanding globally. So, and the reason the CEO mentioned earlier in one other article that I read was that they're trying to expand globally because the global market is bigger than the U.S. market. The reason for that, the U.S. market is pretty saturated by the bigger players like Intuitive and Da Vinci, and so if you expand globally, then yes, it gives you a better advantage. So that's what this company is doing, and I'm excited about it. Of course, I'm not selling the stock no matter, I shouldn't say no matter what, but the fundamental hasn't changed. Last time we talked, we looked at the financial. They had 165 million on their balance sheet and $7 million in debt, and that's a lot of money to work with. So, of course, that's why for me personally, I'm still holding the stock. They got the financial to innovate, to be competitive with the big players, and so I'm comfortable with this stock. And I've just been adding every pullback and just reducing costs for people. $500 compared to $1,300 or $1,800. It's a substantial reduction. And so I'm very bullish on this. And before I leave, according to Goldman Sachs, there are estimated $37 million open robotic surgery in 2020. So this is a big field. This is not, see, the robotic field with all the innovation that's going on, the medical field, especially the robotic field, hasn't been disrupted yet. So these little companies coming up, this is the time to get in them. And because they are being disrupted, they're building something big. Now, every big company starts small. Even Amazon was small at one point. Look at it now. Who would have thought? So have an open mind, do your own research, and just stay patient. And I believe if you do that, you'll be successful. And so with that, I'll say thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe and like, share the video. It goes a long way. I have 94 subscribers. Hopefully the video can take me to 200 subscribers. That would be great. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.